What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Ange Predicts YouTube channel. I am Ange and I predict stuff. If you're new to the channel, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe with the bell on. If you're looking to access my premium parlays for each sport I cover, as well as premium picks and betting strategies, become a member of my channel today by clicking the join button at the bottom of the video. What is up, guys? Welcome back to Ange's Daily Picks, guys. For today, December the 19th, 2023, Tuesday, guys. In this video, I'll be going through each and every one of my picks and explain to you why I take these picks. Please note that these picks are subject to change based on injuries, lineup changes, and news. So let's get right into the picks. All right, guys, starting off with the NHL, with the Wild going up against the Bruins. The Wild is two games in 2 nights. They're on the road. Bruins play their best at home. Give me the Bruins. Blue Jackets versus the Sabres. The Sabres have a terrible record at home. Both of these teams are probably rested, but listen, the Sabres in the last game shut out completely. I like the Blue Jackets against the spread. Vegas versus Hurricanes, guys. This is a tough one to choose a side, guys. The Hurricanes at home play well. Certainly not on the road. They're terrible on the road. Vegas, always a good team, whether they're on the road or at home. I know there will be goals in this game, so maybe over 5.5 additional spread. All right, Flyers versus the Devils, guys. The last few times the Devils played the Flyers, they did beat them. The Devils, I think they lost their last game against Anaheim. They're going to want to rebound. Give me the Devils on the money line. Blues versus the Bolts, guys. The Blues actually beat the Bolts, I believe, back in November, 5-0. But don't forget, guys, that was without Vasilevsky and Nets for the Bolts. The Bolts have Hedman back. I think they'll take this one. Give me the Bolts on the money line. Rangers versus the Leafs. This is going to be an interesting one, guys. I think I got to give it to the Rangers. They're a stronger team, better goalie, more consistent. I know the Leafs are at home, but honestly, I think there's going to be goals in this game. So give me the over 5.5, probably the additional total. Oilers versus the Islanders, guys. The Islanders lost to the Habs, which really says a lot about what's going on there. They did start the season strong. I do see them sliding off a bit. The Oilers, so on the other hand, they're getting better. I'll probably take the Oilers on this one. Canucks versus the Predators. Predators are at home. They usually play good in Nashville. It's a hard road game for most teams. The Canucks, like I said with the Hawks, that they would beat them on the road. Listen, I'll take the Canucks against the spread on this one. All right, next up, we have the Avs versus the Blackhawks, guys. I know the Blackhawks are at home. They tend to play good at home. This might be a trap pick. But honestly, I still think Colorado gets it done. I'm not going to say they're going to cover the spread, but I think Colorado comes home with the win. Senators versus the Yotes, guys. The Senators have a new coach in Jacques Martin. I think it's going to give an electroshock to the players. I'm taking the Senators on this one, guys, against the spread. Kings versus the Sharks, guys. Listen, the Kings on the road, not the best, that's for sure, compared to their home play. The Sharks have been impressing me, guys. The last 2 times these guys played, the Kings won, but the Sharks have been playing really good and improving. I'm either going to take the Sharks team total over or the Sharks against the spread. NBA, guys, we have the Grizzlies versus the Pelicans. I don't think Ja Morant is back for the Grizzlies. They're missing a lot of players. Give me the Pelicans to win at home in their element. All right, Spurs versus the Bucks, guys. I do think the Bucks get this one at home, but this could go over, guys. The Spurs are putting up a lot of points. The Bucks at home put up over 135 points. I'll probably take the over on this one, guys. Celtics versus the Warriors. It's going to be an interesting game. A couple years ago, this would probably gone to the Warriors for sure, but this Celtics team is just something else this year. Give me the Celtics to take this one. Suns versus the Trailblazers, guys. I just don't think these Trailblazers have enough in them to beat the Suns. I know they lost the last game, but I'm going to take these Suns on the money line. Next up, guys, for soccer, we have Rayo versus Valencia, guys. Listen, I'm a fan of Valencia, guys, especially in the last few years. Valencia has been a pretty dominant team, guys. I don't think Rayo has what it takes to get past them. I'm going to take Valencia against the spread. Atletico Madrid versus Getafe. Listen, they lost 2-0 to Athletic Bilbao, which is pretty embarrassing for them, guys. I know Athletic Bilbao is a pretty good team, but they should have at least tied that game. They're going to want to rebound. Give me Atletico Madrid on the money line. Granada versus Sevilla, guys. Even though Granada is a new team this year, they still match up with Sevilla if you look at their records. I think this game is going to be a close one. Give me the first half tie. Werder versus Leipzig, guys. Both of these teams are definitely going to put in at least a goal, but I like Leipzig to take it. Give me Leipzig money line. Dortmund versus Maine. I'm going to probably be taking the Dortmund the first half. I'm not taking the total, guys. I took it yesterday with Atalanta, and that burnt my ass. So I'm going to take the first half Dortmund. Hoffenheim versus Darmstadt, guys. Clearly, Hoffenheim's the better team. I see them taking this one. Hoffenheim money line. College football, there's one game. We have UTSA versus Marshall. Listen, guys, UTSA is in another league, literally, than Marshall. I believe they're 6-6, Marshall. I think UTSA has what it takes to possibly cover that 11-point spread. Give me UTSA to cover. All right, guys, in college basketball, we have the Bulldogs going up against Notre Dame, guys. I don't know about this one, guys. I got to wait to see what the spread is. For now, I'm going to avoid it because I would usually take the over, but Notre Dame hasn't been putting up a lot of points, so I'm going to avoid this game. Georgetown versus Butler. Butler is one of my favorite teams this year, guys. I'm serious. These guys are the real deal. I know Georgetown's a good team and everything, but I'm taking Butler. Morehead State versus Indiana. Morehead State, they do have a good record, but guys, you have to look at who they've been playing. Probably Division 2 teams. I like Indiana to take this one, guys. Virginia versus Memphis. This one, and I believe the Providence game are going to be 2 games to watch. It's going to be a close one, guys. I want to see who's going to be the underdog. It might be Virginia. If that's the case, I'm taking Virginia plus the points, but I still think Memphis ends up taking this one. Next up, we have the Eagles versus the Dukes. This is a lopsided games, guys. I'm going to take the Dukes to cover. Trojans versus Ole Miss. Same thing, guys. Ole Miss to cover. Florida versus Michigan, guys. This is going to be an interesting one as well. If Florida is the underdog, I'm taking Florida with the points. But I think Michigan could have the upper hand here. Winthrop versus South Carolina. I'm going to take South Carolina, guys. I do the Gamecocks at home. I do like the way they play, so I'll go with the Gamecocks. Catamounts versus Vanderbilt, guys. Catamounts is an amazing team against the spread. Most likely they will be the underdog here with Vanderbilt at home. I'm taking Catamounts with the points, guys. Osprey versus Florida State. Listen, Florida State is not the same team as in college football, that's for sure. They are at home gear, guys. Both of these teams can put up points. Maybe I'll be taking the over. Huskies versus SMU. This is an easy one for me, guys. SMU is clearly the better team. Give me SMU to cover. Marquette versus Providence. This is the game that I told you guys you're going to want to watch. Listen, Marquette on the road is a risky business pick, that's for sure. Even against the spread, guys. I like Providence on the money line on this one. All right, Colonels versus Maryland. I do see Maryland getting the upper hand at home. They're pretty consistent here, so give me Maryland. Matadors versus UCLA, guys. The Matadors have a good record. I wouldn't underestimate them, that's for sure. But I still think UCLA gets it done at home. Give me UCLA on the money line. Blue Raiders versus St. Mary's. St. Mary's is an amazing parlay pick this year. Very consistent team, guys. Give me St. Mary's on the money line. Western Kentucky versus the Lancers. Listen, I do like Western Kentucky this year. Very consistent. They're going up against the Lancers team that has been getting wins on the board and points on the board. I could see this game possibly going over. All right, guys, those were my picks for today. I hope you enjoyed them. Please tune in to my individual videos for the final picks and betting tips. I'm Ange, and I'm out here, guys. Take care and good luck.